It is, of course, the weekend, which means it is time for your favorite tourism broadcast. That is, of course, Tourismus Namibia. My name is Jemima Ndebele, and I'll be your host as we explore our beautiful country through various trending tourism topics, beautiful destinations, as well as getting to the point of tourism current affairs. Without further ado, let's head right into topics. Now, first up in topics, we will be taking a look at the Etotha Carnival, which is a carnival that was organized in partnership with the Tourism Ministry, the Namibia Tourism Board, and the Ondonga Traditional Authority. And it also then started on Thursday and will end on Monday. It is taking place at the Kangonde Salt Pan in the Oshikoto region, with plenty of activities to entertain those in attendance. The objective of the carnival is to honor and safeguard Namibia's diverse cultural and heritage treasures. Let's have a look at this video to see what exactly is going down at the Etotha Carnival.
I am honored to have with me today the Deputy Minister of Environment, Forestry and Tourism, Honorable Heather Sibungu. How are you doing today?
I'm well, thank you. How are you this morning?
I'm fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, we are talking about the Etotha Carnival that is taking place from the 27th of June to the 1st of July. So we do have to dive into your thoughts on the whole carnival, right? So starting us off, how do you think this event contributes to the promotion of our national heritage and identity?
This is a historical moment, and I'm very happy to have you in our beautiful building, and for you to have all the energy coming to us and for us to give you more on the Etotha Carnival event that is taking place at the fourth date you have said. I'll start to say the land of the brave. We are one of the likest in the continent that we have tangible and intangible quite variety of things. We have the culture, we have value, we have traditional, we just have a lot that have evidence.
Yes.
And looking at this event, it's one of the events that will really show what Namibia has, how rich Namibia is in terms of tourism, in terms of culture, tradition, and all. Yes.
I understand. All right. So can you explain how events like this one boost local tourism and contribute to the economy?
I'll tell you that, a lot of people in the continent, some would not know where Namibia is. But when you mention Namibia, and for one person that have come to Namibia and experienced the beauty of Namibia, you must see when that tourist comes, when that platform where we are explaining to it and how it will capture the other ones that they haven't seen the land of the brave, they always say, we want to come to Namibia. So this event, COVID taught us something.
Yes.
And, during COVID, we lost, most of our young people lost their jobs. Some businesses closed temporarily, some permanently. And that also raised the unemployment. And after that lesson of COVID, we said, no, whatever African country has, as a country, we'll go and copy, because we don't say, we don't say how will I say it? We have agreed as African countries in tourism to say, whatever each country is doing, let that country also copy.
Yes.
And have it in that specific, be it Zambia, Zimbabwe, Malawi, and also that's what we have agreed. So this event, it will, in terms of local tourism, it will promote employment. It will also help the young generation for them to appreciate what their areas has and what the country has. For example, I'm from Sundwa. It's a floodplain, but yet I don't know a certain area. There must be a historical site
Yes.
that I didn't know about it. So in this event, it will really give the local community in that area to understand the culture, the whole historical events and areas that is within that salt pan. So it will also, in the long run, it will also, maybe by the end of the day, we prophesy to say there will be investors that would want to invest, may put up a lodge.
Yes.
Then now at the end of the day, corner of a salt pan, it will be a concession that will bring something to the community.
I like how you put that, because again, most of the time we are so used to seeing these things, but we don't actually know the rich culture, the rich history behind certain things. So it's great that you're shedding light on this. Now, how is the Ministry of Tourism supporting this event, and what goals does the ministry have for its success?
Okay, the Ministry of Environment, being an innovator, as a whole, we are supporting it financially. Support staff, and as well engaging stakeholders. And also because as a ministry, you know, we have Namibia Tourism Board, where after this first event, we'll give it handover to Namibia Tourism Board. It's one of our parastatal institution that deals with the sustainable economic marketing in terms of tourism. So as for now, as a ministry, we made sure that we bring in our resources. We pulled all the corners, you know, the economical situation. But as a ministry, we have seen that looking at the climate change, tourism will be one. I always proudly say that tourism will be one of the GDP.
Yes.
We are talking of agriculture, but with the climate change, I'm foreseeing tourism to be first GDP in some years to come. So we made sure that as a ministry, we put all our efforts, we put all our strength, whatever we have, the knowledge, we have really invested in this event.
I see, and we appreciate your efforts. We are, as a nation, we are grateful. So how does the ministry plan to leverage the success of the event to promote other heritage sites and cultural events in the country?
Yeah, as a ministry, we are also working with the Ministry of Education, and also we are working with them to help them as well to also start identifying the heritage sites that we are getting somewhere in the corner that are hidden.
Yes.
So after this event, I feel everything that we have in terms of the sites, like I mentioned before, earlier on, I said, as a ministry, this event will leverage everything that we have that have been hidden in Onanke and within the northern part of the country. And I know after this event as well, some regions will also jump in and say, sorry to say jump in, they'll come in to say, okay, we also have this place.
Yes.
What will you bring for us in this? Say maybe Karas. They have a place where they feel they need to put up, maybe that week they just want to have, how do you call the traditional part that is in the south?
Yes.
Maybe they want to showcase how they used to do it those years, how they used to make their traditional dishes, dresses, herbals. So they'll say, but we have this place at this corner. So as a ministry as well, we'll go there and say, okay, which name are we giving it? Because Etotha Carnival, we have the Etotha. It was given by that brought all the memories of the elders there to say, no, it's not
Etosha.
It's Etotha.
Etotha.
So you see what I mean, that
Yes.
this event really have brought the knowledge. Even me, I didn't know it is Etotha. Yes.
Only
So,
now are you starting to
yes.
understand.
Yes,
Yes.
the European came to twist our names. And everything. So just like what I'm saying, that this event will really, it will spread.
Yes.
It will be like a wildfire. And I'm praying that in all 14 regions, after this event, they'll be able to identify those historical sites.
Oh, we are looking forward to that. Now, Honorable Heather, I do have to ask, what measures is the ministry putting in place to ensure a safe and enjoyable experience for all the attendees?
Namibia is a safe country.
Yes.
A very safe country that even you today, you can drive the whole night until Katima Mulilo. No one will stop you. But we cannot take safety for
granted.
We'll make sure that our security forces are already at the site. They've been there from day one. Even the last week they were there. And throughout the event, we'll have the security from the Namibian police, Namibian Defense Force, all the security cluster will be there, including from those from the private security companies.
I see.
Will be there to ensure that the event is safe, enjoyable, and memorable. So you won't even think you are in the middle of nowhere. You think you are in Dubai.
I love it, the Dubai of Namibia. We're looking forward to it. Now, before I let you go, I do have to ask, can you share with us a personal experience or anecdote that underscores the value of our cultural heritage?
I would say myself and my minister, Honorable Pohamba Shifeta, we have attended African events, like I mentioned earlier on, the similar events, and then the events also that made us proudly to stand with my minister to say, whatever we have attended this, as Namibian, we have that cultural pride that we have to say we have everything.
Yes.
Like I've said, neither Dubai can come to us. We have dunes, we have everything. We have elephants, we have rhinos, we have all types of animals. What we don't have is gorillas and bears, but we have everything. So checking on that experience, even in terms of cultural, we are rich, and a good part of our small population of 3 million, we put on our traditional attires, different traditional attires now and then, and it really attracts every person that sees, be it Oshuambo dress, Nama dress, Oshiherero, Caprivi, Zambezi dress, Kavango, all. In fact, we are one.
We are one,
yes. But yet, as a country, we still remain with our rich cultural diversity. So as a ministry, we said with my minister, would gossip to say, we are the best in culture. So be it, say, maybe, for example, we go to Indaba, we say it's Africa Day, and we are there putting on our attires. You must see how we come up. You look at others, they'll be putting on their material with their flags. But as we put on our dresses and all our cultural. So this event really reminds us that we should really appreciate and keep on that the generation to come, they have that cultural love. Because without culture, then we are lost.
We are definitely lost. We forget our roots.
Yes. So we are lucky, and I'm praying that before I get old, the young people should know that the cultural values, it's something that you should not throw away. And these things too happen. We have ancestors, so we really need to take from what our ancestors left for us.
Honorable Heather, thank you so very much for letting us in and for giving us a little more insight, and of course how the Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism is involved in this Etotha Carnival. Once again, the Etotha Carnival will be taking place from the 27th of June to the 1st of July, and we are definitely looking forward to experiencing Namibia in all of its cultural richness and of course cultural heritage.
Next up in topics, we will be discussing SALMA. After experts have raised concerns about the shortcomings of the environmental impact study included in the application for an environmental clearance certificate for test mining for the proposed in situ leaching uranium mine in the Stampriet Transboundary Aquifer System, Headspring Investments, also known as HSI, agreed with the views and assured that the necessary data will be provided. This comes after the complaint by the Stampriet Aquifer Uranium Mining Association, also known as SALMA, which signed more than 5,200 times. The complaint seeks to protect the Stampriet Aquifer and oppose uranium exploration and mining in this freshwater resource. On its website, SALMA claims that it will submit this complaint to the government and begin the next step in the process. HSI currently holds 8 active exclusive exploration licenses and 8 active environmental clearance certificates for the environmental exploration licenses, also known as EPLs. Dr. Malcolm Siegel and Amy Leggett from the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, also known as UNESCO, believe that more information, namely hydrogeological and hydrogeochemical data, is needed to be able to make an expert decision regarding the uranium mining project. According to a statement, the experts' comments came to light during a high-level meeting of UNESCO and the Agricultural Ministry with stakeholders, role players, and decision-makers at La Palanga near Marintal on the 17th of June. In our next and final topic, we will be discussing a rather interesting academic development as the EIF as well as the University of Namibia have partnered to introduce a series of short courses. In a move towards addressing climate change and its riveting effects, the University of Namibia and the Environmental Investment Fund of Namibia introduced a series of short courses designed to equip Namibians with crucial knowledge and skills. These courses underscore the urgent need for climate change education, and the partnership between the EIF and UNAM exemplifies a proactive approach to climate change, aiming to build a knowledgeable and responsive community capable of tackling environmental challenges. By offering these short courses, UNAM and EIF aim to bridge the gap between academic knowledge and practical application, which are essential for hands-on experience through field visits and case studies. Well, that is all that we have for you in our tourism topic segment. Do stay tuned for destinations after a quick trip to the marketplace. If you love flowers as much as I do, or have somebody special in your life that would appreciate a bouquet, then be sure to visit the Blumen Margot Florist, which is one of the oldest flower shops in Namibia. It has a wide range of flower varieties not readily available in Namibia and are all the way flown from South Africa, Kenya, and the Netherlands. It also has established relationships with several local suppliers that has helped the business maintain a diverse inventory of over 100 flower varieties in stock. Let's watch to find out more.
Hi, my name is Hubert and I'm the manager here at Blumen Margot Florist. Here at Blumen Margot, we make everything from weddings, events, to bouquets, to arrangements, to any type of flower arrangement or any type of flower that you need. We even import flowers from the Netherlands. We get flowers from South Africa and Namibia. So if you need a flower, we can most likely get it for you. Basically, what we do here at the shop during the day is make whatever clients needs. Usually for weddings, that's a bit more pre-planned and events because you can't just usually make it on the dime, but if need be, we can still do it. We have quite a variety of different flowers that we can stock and do get. These are some of our dried examples of where we take flowers that can be dried and dried them out to make them into lovely dried bouquets. These are bouquets that will last forever. They don't need water anymore and they will look stunning. It's a much more natural look. We also make live flower arrangements and dried flower arrangements. So it's kind of the best of both worlds depending on what you actually need. Over here we have some of our local flowers from Swakopmund, the gerberas that we get. They are lovely flowers and locally grown, and we are quite lucky to get them. Here we have a lot of our greenery that you get throughout, that we use to fill out our bouquets so that they can look very nice and full when they're done. This way the bouquet looks big, is big, and there you can see we have some of your more normal, the sprays, your lilies, and unfortunately no rose in this one. But as you can see, we have quite a selection of flowers, from lilies even to roses. These are some of our South African roses we get. They're really lovely. We do even sell some Namibian roses, but they tend to sell out quite quickly because they are quite popular since they're Namibian roses. These are our new Lysianthus that we've been getting recently. They are actually quite gorgeous. As you see, there's some of them still have to open, but they are also locally grown, which makes it quite nice for us to be able to stock so much Namibian flowers. Yeah, basically we can make anything a client needs. If anyone ever needs anything, we try not to say no and try to go the extra mile for our clients.
Certainly is worth a visit. Next up, we will be visiting the Blue Whale Hotel, situated in Walvis Bay. The general manager, Lisa Losberg, at the Blue Whale Boutique Hotel located in Walvis Bay, will be telling us more about what this beautiful establishment has to offer its guests. Let's take a look.
Nestled on the edge of Millionaire's Lane, as it's called by the locals, lies the Blue Whale Boutique Hotel, opposite the lagoon in Walvis Bay.
Well, Hotel started in 2019. She opened the doors in August 2019, to be exact. Blue Whale Hotel was a new baby. And as we all know, 2020 was not a good year with the COVID that came, but Blue Whale survived through the COVID. With the help of my team members, my colleagues that's working with me. So yeah, that is Blue Whale Hotel. We have like 19 rooms, 5 of them are luxury view with the balcony, and the others are standard rooms. But you know, the people say our standard rooms actually also look like luxury rooms. So yeah, that's Blue Whale Hotel. We have a restaurant. Our restaurant also have a fine dining effect. But you also get what you would like to eat. You get at the restaurant. We have a lounge, very beautiful lounge, where our cocktails with the sunset goes very well, and also your glass of wine. And even if you're not an alcohol drinker, we have very nice mocktails. Then we also have a restaurant bar at the back, but it's not operating at the moment. But with the restaurant bar, we would like to move away from the fine dining effect. So the clients that come and stay here can also have the fine dining effect, or maybe in the next night, if they want their steaks or grilled food, they can just do it at the restaurant bar. And then, yeah, and then was now our accommodation. We also do conferences here. Conferences we also go very big on. And we are busy also in the next year or so. We're going to have a fully equipped conference room that has language translations also. You know, that kind of thing. The equipment will be state of the art. But that will be, we are busy with that. So we might be finishing the next year or so. Our events is one of our diamonds also. And with our events, actually, we can also give back to the community for them to make use of the Blue Whale Hotel. Our events are, you know, like Blue Whale is a place for events where you can get everything. Even from your hair gets done here, we give a room. So you get ready in the rooms. At the pool, we do the church reception for you. And then you also have the restaurant where we can do all decor for you. All our events are decor included. So yeah, with our events, it's quite nice. The people love to do the events here.
Is Blue Whale Boutique Hotel different from the rest of the hotels
operating in this facility?
It's the extraordinary service that we give. You know, with what we mean with extraordinary services, nowadays technology has taken over, you know, all the hotels, your bookings come through the internet and everything, but it's the human touch that Bluewell established with our clients. And I would say, yeah, the extraordinary service that we give, the human touch that we give to a client that comes to Bluewell Hotel. If you want to feel like a millionaire, but it does not cost you a lot of money, Bluewell is definitely the place for you to be.
Do you have a message for your community that you are operating in?
Yeah, you know, like with the community, what we normally also do is to also give our extraordinary service to them is we do expos like the Irongo Business and Tourism Expo. We normally link up with expos like this that is in town, and we do wine tastings, and we also show them what Bluewell can offer. So the community also gets something, the experience that the other people that comes and stay with us, they also get the experience through our explicit wine tastings. Would like to say thank you to the business people that use us. Like Bluewell is one of the hotels now that's very high on demand because of our extraordinary service that we give. So I'd like to say thank you to the people that, the community at large, because the community also use us for our events, and that really means a lot to us. To everybody for assisting us and helping Bluewell to become the success that she is today.
Certainly is worth a visit if you happen to find yourself in the coastal town of Walvis Bay. Do stay tuned for To The Point as we get to the point of our top trending current affairs story in terms of tourism and hospitality. In this segment of To The Point, we will be discussing and taking a look at the Africa Hospitality Investment Forum that took place in Windhoek earlier this week. With more than 490 people from 42 countries, 50% of which are foreign countries, this week attended the Africa Hospitality Investment Forum in Windhoek. The forum kicked off with a networking session on Tuesday and ended on Thursday. This is the first time that the forum is taking place in sub-Saharan Africa. Let's watch as the panel discussion on investment in Namibia between the acting CEO of Namibia Tourism Board, Boni Mbidzo, as well as the CEO of the Hospitality Association, Gita Paitold, and Peter Hein Kadapwa, not forgetting the founding CEO of Waki Wilderness Safaris and Ram Local Principal Investment of Casada Capital Management. The moderator was travel editor of CBS News, Peter Greenberg. Let's have a look.
Investment from a government perspective in terms of incentives, in terms of taxes, in terms of regional financing. And Ram, I'll get to you right after that as well. How do you do that?
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Blumen Margot. Peter, to answer your question, we need to understand that before you become an investor or to decide to invest in a particular destination, you should have been a tourist. You must have gone there for you to fall in love with the destination. So for those who would want to invest in Namibia, firstly, they need to come and see the country. Only then will they start thinking, okay, I'm going to invest in Namibia, not in South Africa. But now, why? The first thing is you need to be assured that you will be safe, which Menangula spoke very well, that we are a safe destination. Because no one would want to go and invest, for argument's sake, in DRC, what is happening, there's war. So for Namibia to stand out, we need to have these ingredients. But what is the incentive for you then to come and invest into Namibia? Number one is to make sure that whenever you invest, you are able to repatriate your profits. That is crucial. And the second one is we do not have a foreign tax regime where foreigners are going to have a different tax regime as compared to the Namibians.
You're talking like withholding taxes.
Yes. And the last one, of course, around 1992-93, the tourism sector in Namibia was opened up through the GATS. So already we were sending out a message that we are open for investment within the tourism sector. And I think we are the only one in Africa which is 100% open under the trading services. So that is already on its own an investment incentive that you can invest anywhere in any other subsector in Namibia.
And Ram, of course, that leads you right to you. In terms of investment, is it as attractive as Bonnie said?
Well, I did follow Bonnie's advice before I even heard it today. I was a tourist here. I came on my honeymoon before investing in the country. So one definitely leads to the other. But definitely we are thank you for having us here. We are honored to be the host sponsor for AIF this year and hosting this wonderful conference in this wonderful place. We, as Casada, we are the owners of the Movenpick and Mercure Conference Center, Conference Complex. Thrilled to be able to host all of you here and showcase our little part of Windhoek in this grand open expanse that is Namibia. And as investors as real estate investors, as private investors on the continent, I echo a lot of what Bonnie said. Number one, we look at is the macro situation, even before we start getting into all of the statistics that were shared by the CEO just now. Is the country open for business, which means what is its regulation, its transparency, its macro context, its economic context, and so on and so forth. And of course, let's not pretend otherwise. Namibia doesn't often come in the picture. Why? Because you have South Africa, which is kind of dominates in terms of its brand presence, shall we say. Once you get past that and you realize the opportunity that exists here in this country, then you are remiss not to really want to invest here. There's lots of potential, lots of opportunities because of the transparency, the growth potential, and one statistic I'll add that was I'm glad I found one statistic that was not in your presentation is the percentage the government spends on education, which is almost 25-26%, which is one of the highest in Africa. And what does it lead to? It leads to high literacy rates, 91% literacy rates, which again is number 3 in Africa. And what does it do for the tourism sector? It means that you have a workforce that is well educated and complements all of the other things we talk about in terms of attractiveness for an investment destination. So we've been investors here since 2021, and we've seen good rewards for being here, and hopefully it continues to grow.
One of the things you just brought up, and that it usually holds back investment and hold back development, is staffing and training. And you can talk about that because this is not a Namibian problem; it's a global problem. We saw it, of course, firsthand in a very fast way immediately following the pandemic, where the whole nature of the travel industry in terms of staffing completely changed. And it went from, and then, by the way, this happened tremendously in the United States in a very bad way, because is hospitality a job or is it a profession? And when you have that literacy rate and you have that ability to train, you can actually make it a profession as opposed to a job.
Yeah, and that was one of the challenges that we actually sat in this very venue just about a year ago. The Hunt Congress last year was all about co-creation of a tourism training roadmap, because exactly to the point that you mentioned just now, the global crisis, after the global crisis, was skills sufficiency in tourism. And we had a German hotel group, for instance, call us up and say, oh, we believe in Africa, you've got a lot of unemployed youth people, send them to Europe, we need them here, we need working hands to actually help us, recover from the pandemic and kickstart the tourism and hospitality industry in Europe. And we said, not so fast, because we've got a thriving and growing tourism market ourselves. We want to have our own people service our people. And to me, it's good and well, and I'm very proud to be able to say and state and listen to the talks about the stable economy that Namibia has and the stable political environment. To me, the biggest asset that Namibia has, apart from the beautiful landscape, is our people.
And with that, we have come to the end of yet another informative and insightful edition of your favorite tourism broadcast. That is, of course, Tourismus Namibia, where we not only gave you a few places to visit if you happen to find yourself in the beautiful country of Namibia, particularly in Windhoek and Walvis Bay, but also gave you a rundown of the recent Africa Hospitality Investment Forum that took place in Windhoek earlier this week. Be sure to join us again next week, same time, same place, for more tourism news and insights. But until then, be sure to stay adventurous. From me, Jemima Ndebele, it is goodbye.